Today we are diving deep into something really exciting, Nikon ZR. Nikon's brand new compact cinema camera which is really making some noise in filmmaking world. Hey everyone, I'm Pabitra and welcome to my channel. If you love filmmaking, travel and you love to tell your stories through your lens, then you are in the right place. Nikon ZR. It's tiny, it's powerful and it's red inside. And honestly, at this price, it's kind of wild. So let's break it down. The pros, the cons, and who this little beast is really made for. Red raw recording and color science. The biggest headline here is Nikon ZR can record red raw 6K 60p internally. That's a full-blown cinema capability in a very small mirrorless body. You can push the image like crazy in post-production, like changing white balance, ISO or exposure with over 15 stop of dynamic range. Plus, as Nikon owns red, the color science of red is truly cinematic, emotional and something you're really going to admire with this camera. Ergonomics and portability. The body is super compact of around 630 gram with battery. That means you can mount it on any gimbal or you can mount it on any handheld rig without breaking your wrist. It's minimalistic and solid, just appropriate for solo filmmaker and filmmakers with small crews. 32-bit float audio recording. This might not sound flashy, but that's huge. This is a feature I felt almost nobody is talking about on YouTube. Nikon ZR can record 32-bit float audio, so no more worrying about clipping your audio or quiet dialogue. But to record 32-bit float audio, you need to have another adapter on its hot shoe so that you can record that 32-bit audio. Improved autofocus system. Nikon's autofocus has come a long way and ZR really shows that. It's fast, accurate and also tracks subject even in low light. Well, we never considered Nikon's autofocus to be as accurate as like some of the other manufacturers like Sony and Canon, but this time in my usage scenario, I feel Nikon has done a really nice job tuning its autofocus in such a way that it will never betray you. 4-inch DCI P3 display. You get a big 4-inch DCI P3 1000 nit display with this camera, which is also fully articulating. It's sharp, accurate, and also visible in direct sunlight. If you want to work without any external monitor, then this monitor can save you in lots of scenarios. Nikon Z mount flexibility. Nikon Z mount is one of the smartest design choice over here because it has a large diameter of 55 mm and it has a very small flange distance, so you can adapt almost any other lens in this camera with an adapter. Want to use your old 8 mount lenses? Done. Want to use Canon's vintage cinema lenses? Done. Want to use PL mount lenses? Done. You can use each and every mount lenses if you can find a suitable adapter for it. Price point 2200 USD. It might be the most shocking part. At around 2200 USD, it is the cheapest camera right now which can offer you red recording capability in body. That's crazy value. You are literally getting red raw recording capability with nice audio recording capability, improved autofocus in such a small mirrorless body. What else do you need? For independent filmmakers, YouTubers and content creators, this is really a great bang for the buck. IBIS or in-body stabilization. Yes, Nikon has finally added in-body stabilization in this camera and they are calling it 7.5 stop in-body stabilization. Well, in my usage scenario, I have tested this camera having some handheld shot and those really came out really nice. So if you are someone who is going to use this camera handheld, then you are not going to have any shaky footages anymore. Dual base ISO of 800 and 6400. That is also another pro feature that really shows up in this price point. Nikon ZR has dual base ISO of 800 and 6400. That does mean that you don't have to worry about the quality of the footages even in low light or in bright daylight. Though its capability is not as good as Sony's other offering like FX3, FX30 or A7S3, but still its capability really amazed me, and you're not going to have any problem shooting with this camera in low light. So overall, you're getting a camera which is capable of recording 6K 60p red raw codec in 12-bit color in body, along with really nice autofocus system and IBIS and 32-bit float audio recording in such a under 2,500 buck price category. So it's really a lot to love about this camera. Now let's talk about some of its cons. Huge file size in RAW RAW. Let's be honest, RAW RAW is amazing, but until you see your SSDs crying for storage. The file sizes are massive. That means you need a lot of storage and your editing is going to be a bit slower, and you need a heavy machine to edit these footages. And if you're someone who is shooting wedding or long event, then you might need to switch to some lighter codecs. Micro SD card slot, not full size. Though this camera primarily records on CF Express Type B cards, still it has a micro SD card slot along with it. Well, Nikon could have put a full-size SD card slot in this, because we filmmakers really don't rely upon micro SD cards nowadays. So it's very tiny, it's flimsy, and there are not much options in micro SD card which can really record data in a higher bitrate. So that is something really you have to keep in mind when you are thinking of Nikon ZR for yourself. Micro HDMI port. A micro HDMI on a 2200 USD camera body really feels like a weak link. Micro HDMI port is flimsy, it is weak, is easily breakable, and most of the filmmakers are not going to like this. Card slots under battery door. To change cards, you need to open the battery compartment door. So every time you reload, you risk shaking the camera or disconnecting the battery, and that's not fun during shooting. No active cooling fan. Compact body means no active cooling fan. So if you're shooting in raw codec and for a long time, then this camera might be heated up and you might see some warning. Though in my usage case, I have put the auto thermal shutdown setting from normal to high, and I didn't have any issue shooting with this camera for like 1 long hour. I haven't tested this camera beyond that, so if you're somebody who has tested this, you can comment below. UI could be more accessible. The interface feels like Nikon's old photo camera and new cinema body, so it is not something very fast to navigate. Well, if you give it a few days, then you might be habituated of this menu system. Limited functions button. The small body means limited customizable function buttons. If you are someone who is used to professional cinema camera bodies where you can find a lots of customizable function buttons where you can easily access some of the basic settings of this camera, you are not going to like Nikon ZR, because Nikon doesn't have a lots of function buttons which you can customize. It does have a few function buttons, but those are really limited. So that is something you have to keep in mind. Cropping in higher frame rates. Nikon crops in 1.5 times when you are recording in 4K 120 fps. So if you are someone who is planning to buy this camera for your high-speed shooting need, then you also have to keep in mind that this camera is going to crop in significantly when you are going to shoot in high speed. So the question is, who should buy this Nikon ZR camera? Well, if you are someone who loves to shoot run and gun, and you are solo filmmaker who is shooting with either with a small crew or shooting independently or shooting by yourself, then this is the right camera for you. Also for YouTubers and content creators, this is going to be a really nice camera because it has a big display, really nice display, nice autofocus system, a lots of codecs to shoot with, and a really powerful IBIS. But if you are someone who is planning to shoot wedding or long event, then this camera might not be suitable for you. If you are planning to shoot in red code RAW, if you are shooting in any lighter codec, then it can be suitable for you. Or in some extreme scenario, some people might shoot in red RAW in some small events. That's completely fine. But in most of the cases where you shoot wedding and you come up with a lots of files, the storage you'll be needing is really something you have to think of when you're shooting in red RAW. Nikon ZR is not the perfect camera, but it is really amazing in this price category. It gives indie filmmakers the power of red in a very reachable budget, and that's a big deal. I am Pabitra. Keep filming, keep exploring, and keep telling your stories through your lens. And I'll see you in the next one.